Hey guys, it's Ed again. Well, we got some more parts for the Bentley. Look at this. We got a battery. Yes, I took it out of the box. I unboxed it. I filled it full of the juice and I put it on the charger. And we got 6.5 volts, which I would think would be charged. And now we're going to go see if it fits in the box that I built without having a battery and just guessing. So let's see how that worked out. Okay, said battery. The negative is on this side, positive is on this side. It does have a vent hole in it. That could be an issue with the depth because I didn't take that into consideration when I built the box. But let's see here. That seems to fit in there pretty good. The only thing that I'd like to do is maybe build it up with some material, some foam. And I don't have anything really good, but I do have some of this stuff that came from the packing material that's left over from the Harbor Freight tool set. So maybe we can jam some of this in here and make some type of a little bed out of it or something. So let's give that a try. Just to cushion it a little. That doesn't look too bad. And what do you think about that? I think that looks pretty good. I mean, it's setting on foam. It's got foam this way. It doesn't rock around too much. Maybe we can jam something in there. See what we can do. Take the old skizzers here and carve up something that we can slam in there. Maybe something like that. I mean, we might even be able to put it in there like this and hold it, you know, like a cradle. Adds a little more foam on the bottom, but it's not really thick. You guys can see it's it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, so maybe we'll just double it up. Give us a little bit of something. Jam it in here maybe. Might have to take it out to do it. Well, that didn't work out. So let's try just kind of stuffing it down in here until we can get a hold of it. And maybe we can pull it down through. Come on, baby. Get down in there. Yeah. What do you think about that? I think that looks pretty good. All right, take a look for a second. What do you guys think? I think that'll work just fine. I believe one of these wires, I think this had a neutral or a grounding strap. We'll just have to make a ground wire for it. This could be the positive. It's got a huge positive terminal on it. We may have to downsize that. This looks like it could be a positive coming out too. They just got that kind of looped around, so maybe that's the positive. And oh, I don't know, no, because see, they got it all twisted onto here too, high tech. So they got a hot wire here, hot wire there. So this may be just charging the starter and the lights and all that system, and this, or actually this would probably go to the starter, to the solenoid, and then this, where they got it rigged on here, is powering the lighting system. This is an American bike, so it doesn't have turn signals, winkers as they call them. I did order, I found a good deal, good old eBay, a set here. for, I think, $8. You know, you take a chance. But the guy said it would fit a CA95. Says C95 on it, which I think is the European code, I believe. CA being American and C95 is this. But they want just $25 from Thailand to get this lens, this backlight lens. So I think it was $7 for shipping, $8 for the lights. So for $15, I get all the lights. And I don't need those, so maybe what we'll do is we'll put those back out on eBay and see if somebody else needs them. Or maybe I'll put them on the Benley forum or Facebook page or whatever and see if anybody needs a set and give them a good deal on them, because just the price of the $8 plus the $7 covers just that, and I saved $10. So it's all good. So yeah, I think the battery is going to be fine. That looks good. And I mean, the ground is a little close back here, but big deal if it touches the frame, right? It's a ground, but it doesn't seem to want to. I mean, you'd really have to be jumping some major puddles with this thing to get that to do crazy stuff. So what we're going to do is I'll get you guys set back up and we'll try to figure out this wiring nightmare. Okay guys, so got into this wiring a little bit, and I've noticed that the end here is huge. You guys can see that. That's a huge connector they had gobbed on there. So I made a quick run up to the hardware store, and I came across this one right here, which seems to fit much nicer. The only problem is I'd like to solder it on there. And a typical soldering iron isn't going to cut the cheese, so we're going to need to add a little more heat to the situation. So let's see if we can get a little heat here going, and we'll get some thin solder, and we'll see if we can warm this joint up here a little bit. Come on, baby. This thing is a little temperamental. It likes to be just at one spot. Come on. Let's see if we can get her going here. So we're heating the joint, putting a little in her hot. Hopefully it'll draw the solder in once it gets hot enough. Oh yeah, she's getting warm. Okay, let's heat her up a little more. Get the wire hot. The connector's hot. The wire's not picking it up quite yet. Getting there though, we're getting close. There she goes. Ooh. Add a little bit in from the back side here. See if we can get her to suck it in. This is what we're going for. Whew, a little hot there. So, there, I think we got her. Ugly, but successful, I think. That's what I want right there. Okay. So that looks a little on the warm side. Maybe we can slide this end right up and over And it might even stick on there. Ow! Or it's not ready yet, which seems to be the issue. My wire slid off. It hadn't cured. I got a little too quick. No problem. We can fix that. Get a little heat on her. Heat her back up. There she goes back on. Get back in there. Okay. We're going to add a little more solder to the situation here. Because if a little is good, more has got to be better, right? So we're going to put a little more down the back side of this. A little more on the front side. Then get out of there. And leave it alone. Let it cool down. Shut that off. Don't get ahead of myself and rip the darn wire off. So, I thought it would be fancier that way. She's hot though, I can see it. The solder is still kind of jiggly. So, we'll let that baby cool down a little bit before we try sliding the piece back on it. Guys got some snow or anything I could pack on that? Cool it down quicker? A bucket of cleaning fluid over there. Could stick it in that. I got some oil over here. What do you know that? Think that'll work? Brake fluid? We'll temper it. Ooh, look at that. What do you think? We're making a sword. Right? I should dissipate some of the heat. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So let's just try giving this a quick yank. Yeah, we got her on there that time. And then slide this cover up. That looks good. I like it. I think that looks pretty darn good. And that fixes that wire. We already have the negative over here that goes on the or the other side of the positive from the solenoid. The solenoid's been unbolted. I don't know why I unbolted it. I don't recall. But this red wire, they've put a patch into this to go over here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 terminals on this wire right here, and I think that'll, you know, I'll put a terminal on a wire, maybe this wire, maybe not this wire, not really sure. Maybe I'll even just put the terminal right there and bolt it on. What do you think about that plan? I'll take this, leave that fuse in there. We'll take these 2 guys, twist them together. You guys see anything over there? Probably not. We'll zoom you up. See what I'm doing. Okay. So basically, we have these 2 wires right here, and we've soldered this on. So now all we need to do is, I think, just put another wire connector on here, which I believe I have. Actually, I have it right here. Nice. And trim this wire up a little bit. And I think that'll make a nice connection. Give it a good tight twist. And twist that right up on there maybe. And then we will give it a crimp. I guess we'll use my vice grips, because actually I got my crimpers over there. Let me go get my crimpers. It might make life a little better. I should solder it. Maybe I'll solder them together and then slide them in. I even got a plug right here behind me. See if we can get her hot. Good old Weller. Roll a little solder here. See if we can heat that up a little bit. And this could take a second, or two, or three. It's like watching paint dry, right? Maybe we'll use fast forward techniques. Could use the propane on it. That'd warm her up quick. I don't know. I think I'm giving up. I cannot get that to melt. And I don't know why. Can't get enough heat out of the gun. Right, we can get enough heat out of this gun. Son of a bitch. Still won't go. There. We got him that time. Took about 14 tries, but we got them. Now they're hot. Come on, baby. What did I do with my other pair of pliers? Here they are. Make sure they're on there. They seem to be good. So This one here is a little bent up. Kind of like we put a lot of heat into it. So I think that will do those. We'll just add those two right on. I think that'll work just nicely. And we'll bolt those right onto the battery, sort of something like that. Kind of professional like. These two wires here, I have no idea where they go. Actually, yes, maybe I do. I bet they go down here. Let me back you guys up a little. Okay. I believe they're going to go down on this brake thing. This brake switch somehow. Well, it looks like they just strip back and they just poke in. So, pretty high tech. We might have to extend them. They look a little on the short side. So even if maybe if I went over the top of the battery, maybe I could get there with them. Yeah, it'll be close. There we go. Yeah, actually, I could probably get them in there okay. I'm not sure which side's which or if it really matters. And then this brake lever here and the switch I think is actually froze up too, so we'll have to figure that one out. We may have to get a new brake switch for it because that's definitely not moving. Let's open it up. We'll have to do a little work on this thing. Should plunge in there, I would assume, and it's not doing any plunging. So let's get that soaking in something and see if we can get her to free up a little bit. Okay, guys, since we got a little heat here, I figured maybe we'll use it. So warm that up a little bit. See if that helps release that plunger. So let's give her a little. Oh yeah, that works better. Okay. Shut that off. So that seemed to help. Now it's even springing back. So let's put a little oil on it. She's a bit on the hot side. So, let's see if it actually works. I mean, it's springing. I would say that if we took the old meter here, stuck it on here, and stuck this one in here somewhere, to that effect, right? And we set that up there where you guys might be able to see it, and we pull it. It didn't do much of anything. It says negative. Okay. So now we got negative resistance because we're going the wrong way, but that's okay. I pull on it. Oops. We'll give it a couple twirls in here, see if we can clean up the connector. still showing resistance. No resistance. Oh no, it's still blinking resistance. Oh, wonder why I lost my wire. Okay, so let's hook this up the correct way. We'll put it this way. We'll jam that wire in there. Okay, so it shows negative. We pull it, and it still shows negative. So actually, we're doing voltage, Ed. It's not being a dumbass. We need ohms, right? That's what we want. So we got some resistance. Okay, now I have negative resistance. I don't know. There it goes. It finally zeroed out. If you pull on it hard enough, give it a little twist, then it seems to disconnect it or connect it. So it might work. At least it's functioning again. So we'll give that a try. So let's just strip back these wires quick. And because all they do is just plug in. And okay, get those ready to go in. I'd tin them if I could, but my soldering iron is not cooperating, so we'll go with what we got here with the twist. We'll try to pull down on, and I'm still not sure which one goes where, but that's okay. We'll pull down on this side. And of course I shake, get it all screwed up. Okay, well that's high tech. Now this screw probably should get adjusted so it actually does what it's supposed to do, but that's okay. We're not overly concerned about being perfect. I don't think I've ever been perfect. But that, as long as that fits in there and the battery goes in, that should work. This needs to get hooked back up again, straightened out. Let's see if we can loosen these up a little bit. Look at that. See, I'm using that good Chinese wrench, but I don't care. Good. It's working good. Straighten this little wire out here a little bit. Trying to get it so it'll pull straight. Looks good. Clip it back on down here. Get her hooked in there. Bring it back up. Try to get a washer on it if we can. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing back here, but come on. Come on. Yeah, it sort of went in there. There, that's better. Okay, so that's good. I can go over here. Let's jam the battery back in here for a minute and see if we like this. These wires can go back behind there. I'm not going to worry about shoving that in there yet because I'll probably have this battery in and out about 50 times. So let's just drop it in there. That looks good. We'll hook up the wire here. I'm going to take off this washer because I'm not sure with the double the wires if we're going to have enough to do everything we need to do. And give her a twist. I had to grab a screwdriver or a nut driver or some driver. Got a little bit of solder gob on here that's holding me up a little bit, but I think we got it, or not. Thought we did. Come on. Okay, we got her. We got her. That's tight. Now we need to get a neutral onto this. Probably something somewhat substantial. I'm not sure where we ground it. It probably should have grounded down to that bolt. But we'll see what I got. Bring you back when I find what I'm going to use. Okay guys, lights are on, sorta. Let's see if we can make them low beam, high beam. The switch is a little touchy, but it's high beam, low beam, high beam, low beam. So we've got that, and in the process of messing around with that, as you know, the key, or maybe you didn't know, the key was missing, so I had to get high tech and drill it out, but I can't do it and hold the camera here, but maybe we can set you guys down here. How's that look? Something you can see, but I can turn it off with a screwdriver now, so and we can turn it back on. You can see the lights on, and a little tight, but that shuts it off. So yeah, we're still trying to figure out. At one point when I was dinking around in here, I was able to get it to turn over, but I have no idea. According to the book says that, let me turn this light on. The book says that this black and red wire, which is coming off the, right there, coming right off the solenoid, is the wire. Now there's a black or yellow with a kind of a brownishy red. I plugged that in over here. This is yellow with a red tracer. And I plugged it in to there, but I guess maybe that's not where it goes. I have no idea where that one goes. But this black and red one, it does go back up and it does hook into the ignition switch. But I don't know, if you look in here, there's a hole where there was supposed to be a button. There's one wire in here that I found. There's got to be power in here because there's power coming up for the switch to go from one side to the other. So so maybe it drags its power from this, because there's got to be power up here, right? Because there's only one wire that this would contact, but I can't find anything to push in there with. I tried a little nail, I've tried a couple little things to push in there with, because when I was messing around up, it seems like I was messing around up here. I had the headlight out, but I was kind of trying to get this to ground, without putting the screws back in it. And all of a sudden the motor started cranking over. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. But anyway, I think we're going to do a little more research in the book and see if we can figure it out. And see there the I think I got this thing zoomed up. Oh no, I'm not zoomed up. Okay, we're good. But there's a neutral switch, the stop switch. There's the wiring diagram. Okay. Let me go do some studying on this little guy, and then maybe we'll figure it out. Okay guys, I figured it out. The yellow and red wire must be up inside this handlebar. I'm going to have to fish around and see if it's still in there. And but I just disconnected it from the other side so we can try to fire this thing up. The other thing I did was brought down a can of spray with me just to make life a little bit easier. So I do have fuel in the line. Let's see if it'll... I don't know if I got any in it or not. But we'll find out in a minute, won't we? So, oh, I got to turn the key on, or the not so much of a key. Okay, that's on. Let's hook up the wire too. I got the battery charger on her. She was getting a little low. So let's hook this up quick. Oh, it's gonna fight me. Come on. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put the charger back on it, wherever the wire went. Oh, there it is. Just to add some more voltage to it. Okay. I already give it a little hoop, so we should be good there. I got the fan ready if we need to suck out some stuff. So let's see what happens here. This throttle is annoying. Got nothing. Nothing. Let's see if this key is in the right position. Try it there. Okay. I had it cranking. I did. Oh why it's not now. Just check this light. Huh. I think I lost my ground or something. I wonder if I blow a fuse or something. This light was working. It's still grounded. It's in the right position to work. Not getting any power. I wonder if I popped a fuse or something. That's where it usually works. Huh. Might have. There is a fuse back here. No, that looks alright. Not that. I'm not getting any power. It's hooked up. Check my ground. Ground looks okay. Oh, there it is. I got light now. Headlights on. So that means I got power again. Let's turn that off. See if she'll crank. Oh yeah. And it fired. Give her a little throttle. I'm not sure how much choke to give it. Let's give it another little hoop. This throttle is annoying. It does not like to stay put. It doesn't tighten up quite tight enough. Okay, give her another. Actually running pretty good. Well, it was running pretty good. No, I still got fuel on the line. It's tough because this thing wants to. She's trying. It's hard to know where you got to put the choke. Might be running out of fuel. Still got fuel in the bottle. More choke. Well, another little hoop. That wrapped her up. spark. I think we flooded her good. One last try. Oh. I think this black wire's got to be hooked up. Let's hook that up, see what happens. Use the throttle. This is tough. This throttle. It's got a mind of its own. Well, that was better. Still got to run with a choke on. I'm not sure why. Might be out of fuel. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything left in the... Oh, I got a little bit left in the line here. One last try. If we got enough battery to crank her. Come on, baby. Just a little throttle. Must be something going on with the fuel system here, because I don't know if it picked up something in the carb but it just does not want to run and take any fuel. So, but not too smoky though. That's pretty good. So I think we're getting closer. Figuring her out. And like I said, the headlight does work. I got it kind of laying here. You guys can see. It still works. That's how you know if you got voltage, I guess. If the headlight works. I kind of put it in the middle and it shuts it off. I don't know if there's supposed to be a middle position or not. The key switch, we got to get a stopper on that because it wants to rotate. There's a little knob here that's supposed to catch it, but it's not doing a really good job. So, but anyway, yeah, it's trying. We're getting closer. Still got a lot of snow outside, so I'm not really too worried about it. But it didn't smoke things up too bad. I left the door open a crack and I got the fan mounted if I needed it. Well, it didn't smoke too bad. So anyway, guys, I'm babbling. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and commenting, and we'll see you in the next one.